class, and thank you for joining us. In this live class, we want to continue from where we stopped in our matrices. And last class, we established some facts about these topics. We looked at the definition of matrices. A matrix is a rectangular array of numbers that is enclosed within a large bracket. And also, order of a matrix, we established that matrix is always arranged in form of row, then column. So this is order of a matrix. And also we're able to identify the elements. For instance, when we have a matrix A matrix is always written in capital letter. Then the numbers inside, which are the elements, denoted as small letter. So for instance, we have here A11. These two numbers standing for, the first one is row and the second one here is column. So it means element in row 1, column 1. Then we have A12, element in row 1, column 2, A13, element in row 1, column 3, and here we have A21, element in row 2, column 1, A22, element in row 2, column 2, then A23, element in row 2, column 3. So now here we have 2 rows and 3 columns. And the order of this matrix is simply refers to as 2 by 3 matrix. So that's the order of this matrix. And also we looked at algebra, some algebra in matrices. So we looked at the addition and the subtraction. And also in this class, let's look at some examples. So example here under matrix algebra. And before we look at that example, there is something called scalar multiplication of matrices. Scalar multiplication of matrices. That is, if we have a matrix, and then let's say A is a matrix, which is a 2 by 2 matrix. We have A11, A12, A21, A22. Then we can multiply this matrix A by a scalar, let's say K. So that is, we can say then K times A, which is KA now, will then be equals to K times what we have here, which is A11, A12, A21, A22. Now, what we have here, this K is a scalar. That is any number. It might be 2, 3, 4, 5, be it any number. So it will multiply each of these elements. That is, this will become KA11, KA12, KA21, KA22. For instance, if I have a matrix A and A is given as 5, 3, 4, then 2 minus 3, 1. This is a matrix which is a 2 by 3 matrix, and we are asked to find 3A from here. Find 3A. That is, we are multiplying this matrix A by 3 from here. Then it implies that 3A here will be equals to 3 multiplied by this matrix, which is 3 times 5, 3, 4, 2 minus 3, 1. So, which implies 3 multiply each of these numbers. And this becomes 3 times 5, 15, 3 times 3, 9, 3 times 4, 12, 3 times 2, 6, 3 times minus 3, minus 9, 3 times 1, 3. So here, this is what is referred to as scalar multiplication of matrices. Then let's apply this and solve some examples here. We are given matrix, the following matrices. Then we are required to find something under it. So let me write the question out. That is, example. So let A be equals to a 2 by 2 matrix. That is, we have 1, 4, then 2, 3, and B be equals to, also we have a 2 by 2 matrix, that's 0, minus 3, then we have 5, 1, and C there is also a 2 by 2 matrix, which is 1, 2, and 6, minus 1. Then the question required here, find number 1, find 2A minus 3B plus C, 2A minus 3B plus C, then 2, 4 into bracket B minus 2C. Now, these are what we are required to find. Now, solution from here, from what is given, the first one, 2A, we can find 2A first. 2A minus 3B plus C is what we are finding. Now, from there, 2A will become 2 times A. That's scalar multiplication. Then 2 times A, that's 2 multiply each of these elements. So 2 times 1, that's 2. 2 times 4, that's 8. 2 times 2, that's 4. 2 times 3, that's 6. Then also 3B. 3B also is 3 multiplying B, scalar multiplication. So we have 3 times 0, still 0. Then 3 times minus 3, minus 9. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 1, 3. Then we have plus C, which implies that what we are finding here, which is 2A minus 3B plus C, we can now write it. This is 2A, which will now be 2, 8, 4, 6, then minus 3B now. 3B is this, which is 0, minus 9, 15, 3, then plus C, and C there we have 1, 2, 6, and minus 1. Now, here, direct element. We are going to add and subtract the direct elements from each other. Then, we can first subtract before we add this, or we can do it at a go. Now, let's handle these two first. That is here, the corresponding element here, 2 minus 0 here, that's still 2. Then 8 minus 9. Be careful of what you are doing here, because minus return to plus. That's 8 plus 9. And the element here will become 17. So we have 4 minus 15. That's minus 11 from there. And here we have 6 minus 3. That's 3. So that's the first one. Then plus what we have here, which is 1, 2, 6 minus 1. Then here we had also the corresponding element. 2 plus 1 here becomes 3. That's 3. Then 17 plus 2, we have 19. Then minus 11 plus 6, that becomes minus 5. Then 3 plus minus 1, that's 3 minus 1, that's 2. And that here we have the final answer to 2A minus 3B plus C as 319 minus 5, then 2. So that's the first question solved. Now let's solve the second one here, which is 4 into bracket b minus 2c. Now from here, we first solve the bracket, then we multiply by 4. That is number 2 here, which is 4 into bracket b minus 2c. We can first find the bracket, that is b minus 2c. Will become b dash what we have in b, which is 0 minus 3, 5, then 1, then minus 2c. 2c means we multiply c by 2. Scalar multiplication to multiply each of these elements inside c. That is, we have 2 times 1 here, that's 2. 2 times 2 here, that's 4. 2 times 6 here, that's 12. Then 2 times minus 1, that's minus 2. So this is 2c now. So when we solve this now, we subtract the corresponding element. That is, here we have 0 minus 2, that's minus 2. Then we have minus 3 minus 4, that becomes minus 7. Then we have 5 minus 12, that's minus 7. Then 1 minus minus 2 here, minus minus turn to plus. So 1 minus minus 2, that's 1 plus 2, that's 3. That is, we already have b minus 2c. Then, to multiply by 4 now, which is 4 times b minus 2c, will then be equals to 4 multiplied by what we have here, scalar multiplication. That's 4 times minus 2 minus 7, then minus 7, 3. And 4 multiply this, we have 4 times minus 2, that gives us minus 8. 4 times minus 7, minus 28. And 4 times minus 7 here, minus 28. 4 times 3, that's 12. So here also, we have the final answer here, which is what we have here as a 2 by 2 matrix, minus 8, minus 28, minus 28, then 12. So that's the solution to the second one as well. So you're watching Master T Math class. Please thank you for joining, and you can give a thumbs up and also subscribe to us in this channel to support us. And you can also join our membership package. Thank you for joining. Now, let's look at multiplication of matrices now. That is, when we multiply matrices, there are some things that we should take note. Before we multiply two matrices, we should first establish some facts. Then, that will tell us whether we can continue in multiplying those two matrices. So we have multiplication of matrices. So this is different from scalar multiplication. Now, when we are multiplying two matrices, then we should establish something first. Now, don't forget that if we have a matrix A will be having order, which is row by column. Then also matrix B, also we have an order, which is row by column. So row by column, because ordered pair arrangement of matrix, row comes first before column. Then now the row of the first matrix must be same thing with the column of the second matrix. And also, okay, before we can multiply two matrices, the fact here is that the column of the first matrix should be same thing with the row of the second matrix. That is, here, this must be the same That's what I'm trying to explain here. They must have the same number before that matrix can be multiplied. And the results will give us this order. So this will be the result. For instance, now, you want to multiply a matrix which is of order 3 by 2 and 2 by 3, 3 by 2, and 2 by 3. You are multiplying this matrix. Now, when you consider this, the column here is 2 and the row here is 2. So here we have 2, 2. So making it the same here. So we have same number for the first column and the first matrix, the column there, and the second matrix, the row there, they are the same. So this confirms that the two matrices there can be multiplied. Then the result of the matrix will now be of a 3 by 3 matrix. So that is some facts that we should establish. Now let's multiply these two matrices and see the outcome. That is, in general, if we have a matrix A, which is in form of 3 by 2, we are given matrix A, 3 by 2 matrix. That is, we have A11, A12, A21, A22, A31, A32. And we want to multiply it by a matrix B, which is 2 by 3 matrix. That is, we have A, B11, B12, B13, and we have B21, B22, B23. Now here, this is 3 by 2. That's 3 row and 2 column. And here, this is 2 by 3, 2 rows and 3 columns. Now, which implies that the column of the first matrix here, which is 2, same thing with the row of this second matrix. So we have 2, 2 here, confirmed that these two matrices can be multiplied. Then the result here will be a 3 by 3 matrix, just as we illustrated here. Now, let's see how this is multiplied. Now, A times B now. A times B will then be equals to this matrix now, which is A11, A12, A21, A22, A31, A32, then multiply by B, which is B11, B12, B13, then we have B21, B22, B23. Now, we use the first row here to take care of these 3 columns. Now, this is how it is done. As we are multiplying it, we'll be adding. Now, this will become A11 will multiply B11. So we have A11 times B11, then you sum it with A12 multiplying B21. So A12 now times B21. That means this first row has taken care of this first column. So, and we sum it together. That is, the corresponding element here multiplying, then summing with here multiplying this. So A11 times B11 plus A12 times B21. Now, we now space. We use the same rule now to deal with this second column. So this same row now multiplying the second column, the same thing. That's A11 times, we space, that's A11 times B12, then plus A12 times B22. So we have used this to deal with this column now. Now space again. Then we now use this again to deal with this third column. That means A11 times B13. So we have A11 times B13, then plus A12 times B23. A12 times B23. So here we are done with the first row here. So we repeat the same thing for the second row and we write it on the second row here. So at least this second row, which is A21, A22, we multiply the 3 column here. That is the first one, A21 times B11. That's A21 times B11. Then plus A22 times B21. A22 times B21. So we are done with this first column. Also, we repeat the same thing here for the second column. That's A21 times B12, then plus A22 times B22. Then space again, we use the same rule to deal with the third column. That's A21 times B13, A21 times B13, then plus A22 times B23, A22 times B23. So now we repeat the same process for the third row now and use this for these 3 columns. That is here, A31 times B11 times B11, then plus A32 times B21, then space again, use it for the next column as well. That's A31 times B12, A31 times B12, then plus A32 times B22 times B22, then space again, use it for the last column, and we have A31 times B13, A31 times B13, then plus A32 times B23, A32 times B23. So here, the result here becomes a 3 by 3 matrix. So this is what we have in the multiplication of this matrix, which is 3 rows here, then 3 columns, which is a 3 by 3 matrix. So now it established this as this one confirms that we can go ahead with the multiplication, that this is a column of the first is same as the row of the second, then the result is of the other 3 by 3. So that is that, how to multiply matrix. Now let's look at just one question here to illustrate from what we have here. Let's use a question to demonstrate this. So let A be equals to example, let A be equals to, here we have a 2 by, okay, a 3 by 2 matrix. That's 2, 3, 0, minus 2, then 4, 5. Then B be equals to, here we have a 2 by 3 matrix, which is 1, 3, 2, then minus 1, 0, 6. Now, the question here says we should find AB, that's number 1, AB, and we should find number 2, BA. Now, understand that in matrices, A times B is not equals to B times A. They are different because it's going to give us different results. It's not like when you have in normal mathematics, you have 2 times 3 is 6. The same thing as 3 times 2 is 6. No, this one does not work in the matrices. Now, let's look at the solution here. The first one is A times B. That is, we multiply A and B. So AB now, one thing is we should look at the order first. The order of matrix A is a 3 by 2 matrix, that is 3 rows and 2 columns. Then we are multiplying it by B, which is 2 rows and 3 columns. Now, here, these are the same, confirm that we can go ahead with the multiplication. And here, this will be the result. That's 3 by 3. Now, let's go ahead. So we have AB now will be equals to 2, 3, 0 minus 2, then 4, 5, which is multiplying by B, which is 1, 3, 2, then minus 1, 0, 6. Now, we multiply just as we did in the general way of doing it. So the first row here, we take care of these 3 columns first. Now, which implies here, we are going to have 2 times 1. That's 2, then plus 3 times minus 1. That's minus 3. We are done with this. Use the same rule to deal with the second column. So 2 times 3, that's 6. Then plus 3 times 0, that's 0. Then space again, use the same rule to deal with the next column. So 2 times 2, that's 4. Then plus 3 times 6, that's 18. Then we are done with that. Next row now, we use it for the 3 column as well. So here we have 0 times 1, that's 0. Then plus minus 2 times minus 1, that's 2, because minus times minus is plus. Then the next column as well, use the same rule. That's 0 times 3, that's 0. Then plus minus 2 times 0, that's still 0. Then we go to the next column using the same rule. So 0 times 2 here, that's 0. Then plus minus 2 times 6, that's minus 12. Then we have the next row here now. We do the same thing. That's 4 and 5. Then 4 times 1, that's 4. Then plus 5 times minus 1, that's minus 5. Then next, use the same rule to do it in the next column. 4 times 3, that's 12. Then plus 5 times 0, that's 0. Then we have 4 times 2, that's the next thing. That's 8. Then plus 5 times 6, that's 30. Then we just add this and we are done. So here, this becomes 2 plus minus 3, same thing as 2 minus 3, which is minus 1. Then 6 plus 0 here, we have 6. Then 4 plus 18, we have 22 here. Then 0 plus 2, that gives us 2. 0 plus 0, that's still 0. 0 plus minus 12, that's still minus 12. Then 4 plus minus 5, that's 4 minus 5, which is minus 1. Then 12 plus 0, that's 12. 8 plus 30, that's 38. So now the result here of A times B is what we have here as a 3 by 3 matrix, which is minus 1, 6, 22, 2, 0, minus 12, minus 1, 12, and 38. Thank you for joining us. Please give a thumbs up to show that you are following us in this class, and also help us to share this video. And thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Now let's solve the next one here, which is the second question. B times A. Now B times A here. Okay, let's clean this. That's number 2. So the second one here, B times A, it implies B will have an order of 2 by 3 multiplying A, which is 3 by 2. Now, this confirm, once this is the same, the column here and the row here are the same, it's confirmed that we can go ahead. We should endeavor to check first to know whether to go ahead with the multiplication or not. And here, the result will now be of a 2 by 2 matrix. Now, let's go ahead. It means B times A now, we are writing B first. That's 1, 3, 2, then minus 1, 0, 6, then multiply by A, which is 2, 3, 0, minus 2, then 4, 5. So we multiply. Then the row here will be dealing with the columns. Now, this becomes the first row multiply this column. The corresponding elements will multiply each other. That is 1 times 2 here, that's 2. Then we sum plus 3 times 0 here, that's 0. Then plus 2 times 4 here, that's 8. We are done with this column. Use the same rule to deal with the next column that way. So we have 1 times 3, that's 3, then plus 3 times minus 2, that's minus 6, then plus 2 times 5, that's 10. So we have used this rule now for these two columns. Now use the next rule now, also the same way. So minus 1 times 2, that's minus 2. Then 0 times 0, that's plus 0. 6 times 4, that's 24 there. That is, you are done with this. Then use it for the next column. Then minus 3, minus 1 times 3, that's minus 3. Then plus 0 times minus 2, that's still 0. Then plus 6 times 5, that's 30. Then we sum this and we are done. So here, this becomes 2 plus 0 plus 8, that's 10. Then we have, this is 3 plus minus 6, that's 3 minus 6, which is minus 3. Then minus 3 plus 10, that's 7. And here we have minus 2 plus 24, that's 22 here. Then minus 3 plus 30, that's 20. Minus 3 plus 30, that's 27. So here we have the answer as 10, 7, 22, and 27. So we are done with these two questions here. And thank you for watching so far. And this is Master Team Math Class. We are going to be happy to see you subscribing and joining us in this, channel as we upload maths daily. And God bless you. Have a wonderful day and bye for now.